Yeah, you come over here. You tell me what's happening here.
Okay, so we can...
After almost 10 years of Dalton McGuinty's Liberal government, Ontario is going to see a new face at the helm. The Ontario Liberal Convention will be held in Toronto, at Maple Leaf Gardens, the former home of the blue and white Maple Leafs. But that's not the only place the new Premier will encounter the colour blue. Southwestern Ontario is largely a sea of Tory blue, with a two-seat Liberal island at its centre. It's not surprising, then, that some of those residents feel their views are not being considered when the government makes decisions about wind energy, education, and jobs. The Free Press visited some of those ridings to ask the question: if you could send one message to the new Ontario leader, what would that message be?
McKinney walks through that door right now, I punch him right in the face. You know, he's a thief. He's no good. And then to top off the whole situation, him and Duncan quit. A lot of guys around here own racehorses. That's a big issue around here, eh? What they've done that, they totally looks like they're going to destroy it. For what?
The tax and the spending is out of hand with everything. In the past, you know, there was so much money around and they just kept spending. And now, you know, there's lots of unemployment and that, and the money doesn't come in and makes it hard on the people.
Health care, long-term care, a lot more help for seniors, more long-term care facilities.
The Premier has forgotten that we exist, and he seems to focus mostly on Toronto, and there's a large part of Ontario that isn't Toronto, and I think he needs to think about agriculture too, because I believe it's the largest industry in Ontario at the moment.
Keep costs low for small businesses, basically, right? You know, we want to thrive. We want to make a go of it, and it's hard when we're competing with, you know, malls and large superstores.
People are actually moving away from their farms because of these wind turbine projects, and they're very costly, so it's a huge tax on the taxpayer, and I think that's one of the huge issues right now.
They're going to put up like dozens and dozens of windmills all around the area, and I would say the population is pretty split as to whether this is a good thing or not. Obviously, some of the farmers are going to do very well from it because of the royalties, but many of the local people think that it's going to completely destroy the beauty of our area.
I think the biggest issue right now is probably about the teachers. I think that's a huge issue. They probably have to, that would be their main obstacle probably that they'd have to overcome or do something about. When
the big thing is jobs, you know, trying to find new jobs for people that have lost their jobs they've had for decades and trying to support their families after they've gotten used to a certain lifestyle. That's the thing that happened to me. I lost my job after 27 years, so now I've started my own small business to try to survive.
I think crime's a big problem right now. We have a lot of gang violence spilling over from Toronto into this end of the city, and lots of shootings and stabbings and a whole lot of not good stuff.
I'd like to see the power brought back into the municipality to have a say in what can go on.